everyone, it's Magical Mom Laura, and today we are going to be talking about Disney Cruise Line's onboard-only offer. So I'm going to share with you later a story. I was on the phone with Disney Cruise Line for about an hour, and I was ready to start looking at Royal Caribbean cruises. But first, what is an onboard-only offer, or also a placeholder? I think it's what it's called in their Navigator app. So this is an offer that is only available while you are on the cruise line. While you are on your cruise, you go into the Navigator app and you will see it there. The way it works is you put down a $250 and it's actually refundable. So if you decide to cancel the offer, you get the $250 back. But it's a deposit down and you get 10% off on a future cruise. You have 2 years to use it, and I was like, this is kind of a no-brainer. We love cruising. Disney Cruise Line with our little one is amazing. I was so excited, but there's fine print. So let's go over some of that. There are blockout dates. And the blockout dates are right now, it's like holiday cruises, some other cruises, inaugural cruises, first cruises that are going to their, was it Lighthouse Point, their new private island, next summer in 2024. So I did not look at that before I booked it. But just know, go on their website or call them. And the number, by the way, is 1-800-951-3532. You can book up to 2 staterooms with this offer, but it's only categories 4 through 11. And if any special discounts like military, Florida residents, or if you get those awesome guaranteed staterooms where you don't get to pick your stateroom, but you get to pick the category, but it's at a huge discount, so you can't apply it on top of any of those discounts. One tip is to always call. So I think you have to call when you want to actually book your placeholder cruise. But if you want to cancel, this is the mistake I made, make sure you call them because of all these restrictions and rules, and it's never really explained very clearly from Disney. All this, which by the way, it's probably a good idea to use a travel agent when you are doing this and booking placeholder cruises or booking a cruise. They are so knowledgeable. I've never used one, so I can't say from personal experience, but it's free to you. It's a good idea to use one probably. I'm just like type A and I like to book my own stuff. Let's jump into what happened. We had gone on a cruise in February 2023 on the Disney Dream. I booked the placeholder while we were on board to use for a future cruise. We decided to go on the new Disney Wish in July 2023. So excited. Final payment was due and they released annual pass holders for the first time in years at Walt Disney World. So we decided to cancel the cruise and invest our money into pass holders, being pass holders at Disney. It was like the day before. I just went online, I canceled it. So glad I was able to get my money back and get our annual passes. Cut to at the end of June, and we want to book a Christmas cruise on the Wish in December. So I called them and they're like, we don't see your placeholder reservation. I was like, what are you talking about? So I had to look up the number and she's like, I don't have it here. I was like, well, what are you talking about? She's like, well, I mean, if you cancel the cruise and you get refunded back that $250, then you lose your placeholder. And I was like, what? I was like, no one told me this. Like, that wasn't clear. It wasn't clear when I canceled it. And I was like, I don't remember like if I called in or just did it online. She's like, let me check, because if you called in, then we can do something. I didn't call in, I canceled it online. I was like, it was not clear. She's like, sorry, can't do anything. I was like, I really want, you know, it's an expensive cruise for Christmas. I really want this discount. She's going back and forth with the supervisor. She's like, I'm sorry, are you just not, like, she was kind of rude. Are you just not understanding like the policy? And I was like, I understand it, but you didn't explain it properly. So I asked to speak to the supervisor. Finally, the supervisor's like, okay, we'll do this one time, like after like 45 minutes, and I was raging. I want my 10%. I mean, it's an expensive cruise. I mean, it was ridiculous. So after all that, she goes, I don't know why it's not applying to this cruise. She didn't even, I'm calling Disney Cruise Line. So the first agent and the supervisor, it did not occur to them that this would be in a blockout date. I didn't know about blockout dates. I don't read fine print. I'm not a lawyer, so I was raging. And so it couldn't even been used anyways. Like, what was all for this hour was for nothing. Like, the first agent should have known about that this wouldn't have been applied anyways. And then I wouldn't, like, all this could have been avoided. Learn from me. Do not cancel online. Always call in. And if you do cancel, make sure that you keep the placeholder if that is something you want to do. All was not lost. I ended up not putting the $250 down because we're going to be going on the cruise in December, and we can just put a placeholder on in December for our next cruise for 2 years. So long story short, it was all for nothing. You have to read the fine print and you need to look at the blockout dates. So that's it for now. That's me doing a little bit of complaining, and you know what? It's probably just a good idea to always call or use a travel agent. So thank you guys so much for watching. You can check out all of my Disney Cruise Line tips and tricks. There's a playlist below, and I will see you in the next one. Bye.
Thanks for watching. Like and subscribe.